I was scared to do it this time. It's kicked my butt a few times. And I was revealed that, welcome back to Maria's Mama Chats. Today we're talking about novenas. Let's start off by answering the well-known question, is it biblical? Yes, novenas are biblical. It doesn't say novenas, but in Acts 1 and 2, it talks about Mary and the apostles praying in the upper room, and that was between days 40 and 50 after Easter. It's in between the Ascension and Pentecost when the Holy Spirit comes. How amazing is it that Mary and the apostles were actually the first ones to pray a novena? And so basically what a novena is, it's just the same prayer or intention for 9 days. You can pray it to saints, to Mary, Holy Spirit, and you're basically just asking for their intercession. I can do one to Saint Dipna, which I highly recommend if you're struggling with anxiety or any mental illness. She is the patron saint of mental illness and epilepsy, and it's very important to know that we are not praying to the saints. We're asking for their intercession just as we would ask a friend, but it's more of that commitment to prayer and to asking. There is also the Surrender Novena, and that one I'm doing right now with my husband, and wow. I've done it before. I've done it actually quite a few times. I was scared to do it this time. I felt like the Lord was asking me to do it again. You know, when something just keeps coming up and coming up and coming up, and I was just like, Lord, I know you're telling me to do it, but I don't think I can handle this right now. I'm already at my limit. He ever so gently just placed a video, a Father Mike Schmitz video from a couple years back. I'm sure I watched it at some point because it was on my playlist, but I haven't gone in that playlist in probably like a year or two. That was like the first thing that popped up. And so I listened to it. It was about surrender. And he was talking about how just because you surrender something to the Lord does not mean he's going to take it away. And that is my biggest fear. That is where I lack in my faith the most. I know I want to surrender. I know I want to give everything to the Lord. But then I'm like, no, but Lord, not this. It's like that picture. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it where it's Jesus and a little girl. And the little girl has a teddy bear in her hands. And she's like, no, Lord, like, I don't want you to take this from me. But behind Jesus, he has a huge teddy bear. That's how I felt at the moment. Lord, please, I don't want you to take this. But he was like, no, I have something greater for you. You have to go through those feelings, through that challenge, in order for me to be able to give you this huge thing that I have for you. And it might not be what I have in my plans, but it is more fruitful than I could have ever imagined. And so giving him that yes, giving him that okay, I'm going to surrender everything, will allow him to be able to give me that huge teddy bear. If you've never done the Surrender Novena, it's kicked my butt a few times. It has tested my control over material things, but it has been worth it every single time. It has only drawn me closer to my faith. It has only given me more trust in the Lord and our Father. So if you have been struggling with control, if you've been struggling with trusting the Lord, that is a great novena to do. You probably will be tested, but if you are open to the Lord in that novena, he will just bless you. Maybe not in the way that you thought or hoped for, but in a way that he knows is better for you. Now, another novena I've done, it's called the 54-day novena. And what I love about this one is that it's a novena times 3 for the first half, and then a novena times 3 for the second half. So 27 days and 27 days. The first 27 days are petition. You're praying the rosary, you're doing the readings that are in there, you're doing the meditations. If you're thinking this is for Mary, this isn't biblical, the rosary, even though the whole thing combined isn't biblical, each of the meditations, the Hail Mary, we didn't just get that from nowhere. A lot of that is biblical. You can actually look more into that if you want me to make a video about it. I can make a video about it, but this is supposed to lead you closer to the Lord through Mary's intercession. I loved the meditations in that novena because it just guides you through the whole rosary of Jesus' life. It is such a beautiful novena. But anyways, the first half is petition, and the second half is giving thanks. Whether you got what you prayed for or not, whether you got a different answer, or whether you got nothing, the second half is going to be thanksgiving. Just being grateful and knowing that they're listening. As a little witness, I remember doing this one in college. I was going through a hard period in college, specifically with my now husband. I was very, very close to being like, Lord, I can't do this anymore. And so I did this novena. I asked Mary for her intercession, and I was like, Lord, if you want me to continue this relationship, if this is going to be the man that I'm going to marry, just let me know how long I have to wait for him. I feel like he just hit like a change. and just like brought up stuff that I needed him to bring up in order for us to continue that relationship and eventually get married. And I was revealed that in 2 years we were gonna get married, and that's what happened. We got engaged the summer of my sophomore year, got married the summer of my junior year of college. The Lord was spot on. I'm not saying that the Lord is going to reveal something to you during this novena, but I am saying that there is a type of faith that you need to have. You go through that novena knowing that nothing might happen and you still have to give thanks. And I think that is so rewarding. I've done this novena a couple times now, and not every time I've gotten an answer. Not every time I've gotten what I've prayed for. But I have come out with more faith during the rosary meditations and the commitment that you have to have in order to complete this novena, because it's not a small novena. It takes like 30 to 40 minutes a day. But I have felt blessed each time doing it. I have felt a deeper sense of gratitude, and that was enough for me. So yeah, just an encouragement. If you're struggling with something or you just have a certain request, ask one of your saint friends for their intercession through a novena. And it doesn't have to be to a saint. You can do one to Mama Mary, you can do one to the Holy Spirit, you can do the Surrender Novena. So there are options. Test out a novena one of these days and see how the Lord responds to it. I'm praying for you guys. I'll see y'all next time on Maria's Mama Chats. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.